Hi, I'm Jacob from JacobTubeHD. Welcome back to the movie I want to talk about. The show that can't control its stability no matter how hard it tries. Today I did what I would normally do on a cold day in January, and that's dumpster diving. The dumpsters give me good warmth when it's really cold, but it can also be the home of some really great treasures. People throw away really valuable things, and that's just not right, so I dive into dumpsters to find those things and keep them for myself. I once found a hamster in a dumpster and decided to keep it as a pet. It bit me, and now doctors check me once a week for rabies. They haven't found any yet, but I just don't think they've been looking hard enough for them. There's a whole bunch of nice stuff that works perfectly fine that people just throw away for no reason at all. One time I found a toaster that worked perfectly fine in a dumpster. It worked so well, I was even able to toast a bagel in that dumpster. And before you say anything, I carry an outlet on me at all times on the random chance I find a working toaster in the streets and I'm able to make an outdoor breakfast because I get hungry in public. I need my breakfast without spending money. I think it's a revolutionary idea. Anyway, I found this remote in the dumpster and decided to keep it because it looked cool. It looks like a remote to a Blu-ray player, which means I was too excited about the remote and forgot to look for the player. You know, I've decided that I make very irrational decisions, and I'm okay with that fact about myself. I guess I got nothing to do with this remote since I don't have the thing it works with. I guess I can use it to inspire me to review a movie. I love using random objects in my house as inspiration to watch a movie. It's so fun. There's only one movie that I can think of that has a remote, even though there's probably like many movies that have remotes in them. The one I'm thinking about, though, has Adam Sandler in it, and the remote is the plot of the movie, so I'm assuming that makes it a good pick out of all the movies that have remotes in a shot. This is Click. This film is about Michael Newman, who is a hard-working family man who has to please his boss to get promoted, causing him to spend less time with his family. His wish of having more control of his life comes true when he finds a crazy sales clerk that sells him a universal remote that ends up allowing Michael to pause, mute, and skip through his life. This becomes a problem when he realizes he's missing out on important life moments the more he uses the remote. This wasn't the film I was expecting, but that's the reason why I love it. It contains the same comedic style you come to expect from an Adam Sandler film. Fun and entertaining jokes that will give you a chuckle throughout the runtime. It's not one of the funniest Adam Sandler comedies, but the jokes are still enjoyable enough to keep you entertained throughout the film. Many of the supporting characters provide some of the film's biggest laughs, especially Christopher Walken and Jennifer Coolidge. There's also a period of time in the film where Adam Sandler is fat that I prefer not to talk about or see ever again. However, this film is more than just your usual Adam Sandler comedy, as it takes a massive and beautiful emotional turn halfway through the movie. This concept of skipping through the time you don't want to deal with and controlling your life with the remote can be funny, but there's also a very depressing side of it that this film shows in an excellent way. Sandler proved in this film that he can be goofy and silly, but he can be a damn good dramatic actor and performer when he needs to. Without giving it away as he skips through the years of his life, you realize how important family is. No matter what, family should come before the aspects of life that can crush your soul, because they're the people that can help get you through those times. This movie can punch you in the guts towards the end, but that's what makes it special. Despite its goofiness in the beginning, it can take you on an emotional journey that makes it stand out against the other comedies Sandler has made. Although the comedic moments can be stale at times, its heart makes up for it and shows you to appreciate the incredible people in your life. Click gets a 4 out of 5 humping dogs. Well, that was depressing. You know, I'm over here trying to have a good time with my useless remote, and this movie is just over here making me emotional. You know, I thought Adam Sandler movies were supposed to be funny and not make me want to cry. I want to cry because it's funny, not because the contents of the film is making me sad. Now that my eyes are done leaking since the plumber couldn't fix the broken pipe behind my eye sockets, I need to figure out what I'm doing with this remote. I have a Blu-ray player, but I don't think a random remote is going to work with my Blu-ray player. Plus, I already have a remote for that. I got an abundance of remotes in my life, and I don't need a new one. Despite that being a valid reason to get rid of this, maybe this person didn't throw away their Blu-ray player, and I can mess with it. Maybe someone just lost their remote, and it fell in a dumpster that I love to dive through to find nice trinkets for myself. I bet this person is watching a movie right now as I speak and can't find their remote for the love of them. They're calling some tech guy to get this fixed, and the guy probably doesn't even know what a Blu-ray is. And now both of them are having a debate about whether or not streaming is better than physical media. And that's where I come in with the power of this random remote. I can fast forward through the whole movie, ruining this person's evening since they can't restart the movie without this remote. So if I just press this button, it should be ending the movie viewing experience for some poor innocent person. I thought I would have felt more out of that experience, but it was just anticlimactic. Also, why is it somewhat hot all of a sudden? It's never this hot in January. Thank you, climate change, you asshole. It almost feels like September, and this remote just made me skip 9 months of my life because this remote works like the one in Click, where it can fast forward time. You know what? Just out of curiosity, let me see what the text below me says. Oh, fuck. It's September. You know what? I should have grabbed the instructions that were also conveniently thrown away with that remote. So what have I been doing for the last 9 months? Have I been pregnant? Hold on. I need to calm myself down. If this has been recording the whole time, then maybe I can get my answer. All right, let's see what I've been doing for the last 9 months. And it better not be pregnancy. That's it? Just been rotting in bed for 9 months? Honestly, that makes sense. I'm surprised I wasn't in that position longer. At least it wasn't pregnancy, because I can't afford a kid in this economy. Also, I'm just not financially responsible to take care of a kid. Why pay for a child's basic life necessities when I got a vinyl addiction to maintain?